You know, Sikh, it's an Aramaic word, means the entrance or the way or the path. That's the meaning of the Sikh. Now the Sikh, it's natural faults or a crack. So it was one piece, one mountain. Okay? And before 10,000 years ago, you know, the movement tectonics and the earthquake separate. So it became natural way to Petra. So it's natural faults or a crack. Happens 1,000 years ago. Now the length of the Sikh from here to the first monument is about 1,200 meters. The highest is different from place to another. It's about 150 meters. The wide also is different from place to another. In some places, as you see here, 5 meters. The narrowest area in the middle of the Sikh, it's only just 3 meters. Now if you look on the left side of the Sikh, you can see the remains of the water channel carved out of the rock by the Nabatean before 2,000 years ago. We're going to talk about it once we get there. Years ago, you remember where we stopped in Moses Spring water? Yeah. And we saw the spring outside of the spring on the sidewalk. We saw the remains of the water channel, which was built by the Nabatean in the 1st century BC. And here they carve it out of the rock because all the mountains of Petra, sandstone, easy to carve. So it's easy to carve the water channel right here. So they connected the built one with the carving one. And they challenge water from Moses Spring water, which is far from here, 5 kilometers, down in Petra. So this is the remains of the water channel. It's coming from, you know, Moses Spring water. Now it's mentioned that the main source of the water was covered with the flat stone to keep the main source of the water clean. In some places, you see here, no, not this. You see here the water to water their animals. And that's evidence that the main source of the water was covered with the flat stone. Of the sea. The archaeologists, they found some flat stone. They put it back to show the people how it was before 2,000 years ago. Okay. Before 2,000 years ago, I wasn't here. I'm sorry. Before 2,000 years ago, I mean, the great problem of the Nabateans was the shortage of water. And later, the great success of the Nabateans to build a dam or a wall. Wherever they found two shoulders very close to each other, they used to build a dam or a wall. By the way, this is reconstruction wall or a dam built by the, rebuilt by the German team before 15 years ago to show you how it was before 2,000 years ago. The Nabatean, they built a wall, as you see it. At the bottom of the wall, you can see the hole, small hole, little hole. And it's supposed to be in front of the wall and the hole, supposed to be a little or a small, you know, pool where they used to collect it. By the way, the hole, it's about, you know, 30 centimeters highest from the ground. So if you look to the wall, you can see it's about, you know, 30 centimeters highest from the ground. That means the dirty things behind the wall, it goes observed on the ground. Only the clean water going through the hole and collected in the small pool. The wall and the hole, it's work as a filtering system. You see how the Nabatean, they were very smart and very good engineering with the water engineering. So they used, you know, to build, you know, the wall to first, you know, to stop the water going through the Sikh, and they close it. The second reason, to use the water for the people who pass through to drink and to water their animals. So they use, you know, to collect the clean water in the small pool right here. Okay?
And also, I'm sure that my colleague, your guide, is a very nice man, very intellectual. He will show you different things. So now I have to say to you goodbye. Okay? Thank you.
Now, why we are standing here, and also this is the best evidence. You remember we talked before that, you know, the Sikh, it was, you know, natural faults or a crack. So once you look on the left side, right there, that piece on the left, it was in on the right side. So this is the best evidence to imagine how it was. One piece, one mountain. All right? You can see it. Imagine. That's right. So that's part on the left side. It was in on the right side. So this is the best evidence to imagine how it was one mountain, one piece. So it's natural faults, they crack, and the earthquake make it, separate. Of course, it was very narrow 1,000 years ago, but the flash flooded, and also the water. Dushara, he of Ashara. You know the Nabateans, before they reach here, they used to believe in many gods and goddesses. They used to believe in gods called Allat, Al-Uzza, Hubal, Munat, all those gods related with the nature. God of the moon, God of the sun, God of the rain. So all the ancient, all the old people they used at that time, they used to believe in the greater things. The Nabatean, when they were in north of Arabia, they used to believe in many gods and goddesses, Allat, Al-Uzza, Hubal, Munat, related with the nature. Now, once the Nabatean arrived and, to Petra here, they saw the great mountain, the highest mountain in Petra. It was called Dushara, okay? And they saw the sun goes behind the great mountain. They thought, or they think that the great mountain kept the sun. The next day, they gave them the sun back. So they gave them the light and the warmth. So they started to believe that the great mountain here, it's a god. They give them the sun back, they give them the light, they give them the warmth. So they started to believe in a new god called Dushara, he of Ashara. They used to represent their god Dushara with a stone, rock, as you see. Represent the main Nabatean god Dushara. It's only rock. Represent Dushara. Sometimes they represent their god with a rock without any figures on it. Sometimes they see it. And also the King's Highway. In the bus on the way back to Amman, I'm going to talk about the King's Highway mentioned in the Bible, in the Old Testament, when Moses tried to use it. Okay? So all the secret was paved like this. Of course, before 2,000 years ago, it was even and flat. But the earthquake make it uneven. The other part of the original Roman road damaged, destroyed by the earthquakes. The antiquities of Jordan, they took out all the stones and they make a new concrete area here to make it easy and soft for the carriages, for the people to go in and out. But all the secret was paved like this, This is the original Roman road. Yeah. It's a holy place. Any, statue, you see the frieze and the triangle and the pillars, that's all represent, it's a holy place or holy statue. Right here you can see also, the original Roman road. You can see it, but from there you can. But you can see the big one with 2 square eyes and 1 big nose, like the one I got, but without mouth, no mouth. I got mouth, because I'm a guy. Okay, you see 2 square eyes, 1 nose, no mouth. You know why without mouth? Because his wife stands next to him right there.
Really?
The wife.
Over there. The big one with 2 square eyes, no mouth, represent the main Nabatean god, Dushara, god of the mountain. And the little one next, the small one over there next, that's the female of Dushara, Al-Uzza. Okay? Now, why he don't have, mouth, Dushara? Because even today, God, never talk to you, but he's watching you. It's just to tell the people coming, that I'm watching you. Another steps over there, you can see it lead to the altar where they used to sacrifice animal in front of their God right here. Okay? Let's just keep the oxygen in the rainwater reacts with the minerals in the rocks, and the result a beautiful color. The red color associated with iron, the black color associated, with manganese, the yellow color associated with silver, the green color associated with copper, and the white color associated with clay or mud. Now you see here that the people, they took the colors of the sandstone, they grind it, and they fill it in the bottles. And they make a beautiful, decoration like the camel, flowers, write the names also. So they took it from the sand of Petra, natural, sand. from the mountains of Petra. Now you can see that the red color right here, the red color is more concentrate more than the other colors. So once you look from outside, that the red color concentrate more than the others. But if you dig and you go inside it, you're going to see the beautiful colors of the sandstone. And that's why here, that's because, you know, the red color concentrate more than the others, because the iron minerals concentrate on the sandstone more than the others. And that's why one of the British writers called Petra the rose red city, because when the sun shines in the morning from 9 o'clock till 11, it's reflected the red color of the sandstone and look like the rose. That's why they call Petra the rose red city. أبو زيود كيفك حبيبي؟ So after هلا بالشباب هلا. After that Petra, it has 5 names. You remember? The first one, Sela, the biblical one. Petra, the Greek one. The Arabic one, Rakim, and the lost city, and the rose red city. Remember, this is one of the questions come at the end of the tour. If you fail, you stay here in Jordan.